Okay, so you've decided that you want to get out in the winter and actually enjoy the snow. Well, Nordic skiing is the perfect option. It's also known as cross-country skiing. There are two different main forms, which is classic and skate. Now, warning, I am not an expert. I am a beginner. I've been skiing for about 3.5 years. I would still consider myself a beginner, yes. It's a sport that does take a lot of practice, but it is so fun once you get to master a little bit more of it. Some things that you'll learn in this video. So you'll learn what form to start with, classic or skate. You will learn how to actually go buy them. You will learn about the clothing choices and then how to actually practice skiing. So first thing you need to know is what form is best for you. Now we have classic and then we have skate. So here's what classic looks like. The form is very similar to running. Now a lot of people say that classic is much easier to start but harder to master. Skate, they say the opposite. They say that skate is much harder to learn but easier to master. Now if we're going back to classic skating, it's very similar to running. It's running motion. You bring up opposite leg and opposite arm as you go. So classic, very similar to running. That's why a lot of people tend to pick it up. That's what a lot of ski instructors recommend. Skate, however, is my personal favorite because you can go much faster once you learn it. So it's kind of an awkward motion. Skate is, in the form, it looks like skating. Now, it's definitely a little bit different with how you push your body weight from ski to ski, but you can kind of get that motion down. One of the important parts of Nordic skiing is that you will need to learn how to balance. So that's an important skill that you're gonna wanna learn or that you're gonna have to get better at. So you're shifting your body weight from one leg to the other leg. And you're going to try to balance because you're pushing off and getting that momentum. Okay, now before you make your decision, just because maybe skate is a little bit harder or you're not quite sure which one you want to do, I would recommend actually going to your park and trying one of them out. You can rent skis for a day and go try it out. You know, you don't really know until you do try. So I'd recommend renting them first to kind of get the feel of either or so that you know. And another thing that you are going to have to consider is whatever your nearest park is, or if you have a couple options, you have to actually find out if they do have proper trails for skate and for classic. Most will have the ability to do classic. Skate is sometimes a little bit harder to find. Classic, you are usually going in trails, 2 ski trails, and then skate is a little bit more open field and they have to groom a lot of the trail. Just check your local park's website and figure out if they have the option for skate or classic. My experience skiing for the first year, you should know that skiing is a little hard to pick up, and just because you're not getting it and you're getting frustrated, just keep trying at it. I promise you that once you learn it and you become a actual skilled skier, it's so much more fun, and you are dressing properly and you're skiing right and you're getting a little bit faster and you're not falling down all the time, because trust me, you will fall down. That is going to happen when you ski. All right, so now you've actually decided to buy skis. So you are deciding maybe you want to do classic or you want to try skate. Now, just start with one in the beginning. You can always go back and get another set of ski gear. So I would recommend is going to your local store. And why? They're just more personable. They can help you with what you specifically need. So if you are on a budget, then you can let them know that too. And usually if something goes wrong or you need to replace them, they're a little bit more understanding than maybe the bigger companies. So when you do choose to buy just one set that you need to first. Now, skiing can be expensive. So when you do go skiing, you are going to have to buy boots, you're gonna have to buy poles, and you're gonna have to buy actual skis. So you'll need 3 things. And you can't just get them for skate and classic. They only work for classic. So your classic boots are only gonna work for classic skiing. Same with your poles and same with your skis. And don't be afraid to ask them questions. They're there to help you. They want to help you get set up. They want you to make this like a lifelong sport. So clothing gear, basically dress warm. when you start off, you're not going to have the right gear, and that's okay. You can slowly pick up pieces after pieces. Some big things that I recommend: you'll need some headgear, hat or headband. You'll need an outer layer, some sort of jacket. You'll need an underlayer, which they call a base layer. This is probably the one thing I recommend the most, because when you're out there for longer periods of time, you want something that keeps you warm. So I recommend you will need wool, or you need a synthetic layer, so it wicks the moisture away so that you're not just sitting in sweat the whole time. Something like long underwear, and I don't know what the top is called, but get a base layer for both the top and the bottom that are wool. That's a great place to start, because if you're cold out there, you're not going to enjoy it. And then get some nice form-fitting pants. Don't go out there in huge snow pants. You won't be able to move properly. And then my last one I would recommend is a buff or neck gaiter. I recently learned that I used to call it a buff all the time, but that's just a brand, neck gaiter. You can wear them for multiple different things. Mine's a little frozen from skiing, but goes up over your mouth. It's great for when it gets a little bit cold. You can turn it into something that wraps around your head. You can turn it into something that is a headband as well. So neck gaiter and a base warm layer, but again, you can add as you go. There'll be a link in the description down below if you are looking to find out, what's the best gear you can buy, or the best cheap gear, stuff like that. So if you're looking to find out more about gear, check the link below. Now, you bought the ski gear, you're doing classic, you're doing skate, and you are out there and you are ready to go. And how do you start? If you can't afford it, I'd recommend getting like a ski coach or joining a group session. Skiing, one of the biggest drawbacks is that it is harder to pick up, and it's much more enjoyable when you actually know what you're doing and you know what you're supposed to be doing. So if you can join a class, get a ski instructor, do that. If you cannot do that, there are plenty of YouTube videos. I'm going to be making more of these. There are other people you can learn from. Start out that way. Watch a video or two, go out and ski and practice it. And then besides that, bring a friend. Have them learn along with you. It is so much more fun to have somebody with there and also keep you accountable to going out there and try it more than just 2 times a winter. You want to get out there multiple times a week so you can get better, make progress, and that it actually becomes more fun. Nordic skiing, it can be a difficult sport, but I'm so thankful that I pushed past my first year of learning it. It was frustrating. It was hard being a beginner. I fell down multiple times, but now that I'm actually a pretty decent skier, I really do enjoy it, and I'm happy that I actually enjoy the winter now, because I can look forward to doing something in the snow. So I hope you enjoy it too.